So we can just go ahead and get started. But before we get started and we introduce the guest that we have, there was a little something that I thought that we should play first.
Go ahead, hit it.
All these. Well, you know that all these niggas wanna test it. I'm really ballin', now my lyrics get a try. Ain't no keep up in my rep because I cannot tell a lie. Nigga, don't snap, I know what's been working. It's sexy, all these niggas stress me.
Girl.
Not me thinking you gotta play a game.
No. So if y'all don't know, that is Jay Gemini. Okay, we have a celebrity.
Jay Gemini. I'm playing.
Hey. Yes, I mean I couldn't wait to play. You know that's my shit. That's my damn.
Girl, you heavy weak as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. All right. So welcome to the Message 24 podcast. For those who are listening for the first time, I am one half of this podcast. I'm Lakhia, aka Sincerely Danny.
And I am the second half of this great podcast, and we're super excited to have our guests. And I am James.
So we will let our guests introduce themselves.
Hello, Message 24 podcast. My name is Jailyn, also known as Just Jailyn. I'm a YouTuber, an artist, all things creative. We do that around here.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? My name is Slick, Slick954 on Instagram. I'm an artist as well, choreographer, entrepreneur, a lot of things. Same thing, creator, all around. Yeah.
We're so glad to have y'all. Y'all are our second guest, but this is the first duo that we've had. So
yeah.
Our duo virginity.
Yeah, we watched your last guest. It was really good.
Yes, we like to have guests, and it seems like the conversation goes a lot longer when it's multiple people talking.
Yeah. Everybody, yeah. Facts.
We'll see how long this episode goes. So our in the DM for this week is making it work long distance. So we have a couple who survived the beast of being in a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
It took the love. But we are going to start with, we have a center delete segment, which is kind of like a this or that segment. And we have some questions. We have two questions to kind of get you warmed up, because talking on a podcast can be a little nerve wracking. Although it is just talking to a friend, but it is like okay, other people.
Yeah, people are listening.
Right.
Whatever. I tell women don't listen to it, but apparently she listened to it anyway.
You know she don't listen to it.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? And she was like, "So you had sex with James the
second
time?" I told you to listen to this. Like,
all in your business. You gonna be like that with your daughter too, so it ain't.
I don't listen. If she started a podcast, I don't want to listen. I don't want that.
Right. Just keep it away from me. Like, I'm good.
Right.
Please. So, do you want to ask the first of the delete, or do you want to? It is this one right here.
All right. So it says, if an autobiography was being written about your life, what would it be called and why?
Ooh.
You go first.
Now you go first. Let me see. Damn.
I feel like low key, I kind of already put out an autobiography. Like my poetry book is kind of an autobiography. It was called "The Caged Bird Is Missing," but I had that name in my head for years. Like, so I feel like if I ever did something else, it would just be like part 2, part 3.
I feel it.
I would say probably going with the flow, man. You know what I'm saying? Going with the flow. Whatever come at me, I just go with it, man. That's just how life is. You know, I feel like I'm at the point in my life where I ain't stressing about much that get thrown at me. So I'm just, taking it as I go, man. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying every moment, all the ups, downs, and turnarounds. You feel me? So
that's how you got to be. Because if not, you're going to be stressed the fuck out.
Right. Good. Hey, I'm tired. I'm already getting the ball spot. I'm straight. Right. Life. Right.
All right. So I guess I'll ask the next one. So if you had to delete all but 4 apps on your smartphone, which apps would you keep?
All but 4? Canva gotta stay for sure.
Yeah. Number one.
Canva gotta stay. Shit. I feel like with social media, I would pick TikTok over everything else.
It's therapy.
Yeah, TikTok is definitely that girl.
And yeah, everybody's on the talk, so gotta have TikTok.
Gotta have TikTok. Cash out.
Definitely cash out.
I never thought about Cash App. Like I would be out here broke. I
need that Cash App.
My Wells Fargo app. Look at they just would need to automatically deposit. Yeah. You're not gonna say YouTube?
And YouTube. I have four. That was good.
YouTube my number one. I ain't gonna lie.
I know. Wait, cause have y'all seen that TikTok with Lil Wayne? He was like, Gucci Mane was on the list.
Yeah, well, YouTube.
Gucci Mane was on the list.
Yeah.
Campbell was on the list, and YouTube wasn't up there.
Cause I guess YouTube, you can go to it on you don't need an app to go to YouTube. You know, you gotta have an app for Cash App.
That's true. You can go to the browser for the two.
So you can't
the browser.
Well, you gotta have an app, I think. I ain't never tried to use it from the browser. I feel like I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Niggas be scamming, so I'm sure.
Scammers.
I'm sure it's possible.
What about you, Ray? What you gonna keep?
I'm gonna say YouTube, of course. That Cash App was a good one. I ain't gonna lie.
I wouldn't have thought about that.
Yeah, that was a good one. I'm gonna say the Bible app just to show my righteousness.
All right.
Yeah, nobody thought about the Bible app.
He hate this clearly. That didn't even cross my mind.
Gotta get that verse of the day,
Y'all be deleting y'all Bible app to get storage space.
No. I feel like that's a one-way ticket straight to hell if you do that. Like gasoline.
Right. You just gotta leave the Bible app, let it chill, delete some pics. You ever did that?
I couldn't. I can't do it. I can't do it. It depends on what I'm downloading.
I'm about to say I don't think it free up that much space though. I need that. I need it.
I do one more. I'm gonna say damn. I don't use all the ones you use. Let me see.
I mean, I had some good ones. It's
you
cool.
Did.
But if she got Canva, you don't need Canva.
That's facts. We only need one Canva account.
Yeah.
I
say Instagram. Like Instagram. Nah, Facebook. Yeah. Yeah, it's
over TikTok. Well, she got TikTok.
TikTok. I like TikTok, but I don't be on TikTok. But TikTok is lit though. Like, I don't be on TikTok. I don't know. I just don't go over there.
I was just telling him yesterday, if he made TikToks of all the funny shit he be saying when we just around the house, we would already be rich. Like, for real.
It is a uterus on TikTok. It's like 500,000 followers. And she be singing. It's a puppet uterus. Like there is nothing you can't do on TikTok. Like
I'm weak.
It is a uterus, a puppet, and she talks. There are people who have TikToks for cleaning. They just clean houses all day. And they got a million, like, you know what I mean? TikTok is a crazy place, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You see how what they're cooking, girl.
I see potatoes. Y'all gonna follow my girl on TikTok.
I'm trying a little bit. All right, so now to the real stuff. Now that we got y'all warmed up, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We want you all to share with the listeners, how did you meet? So we're going to build up on the long distance. So how did you both meet?
You gotta tell it this time because I always tell it.
All right, so me and my partners, during this time we was throwing like parties, right? So one market we was trying to tap into was the high school market, because where it was no like high school jams. You know, when we was growing up, we always had high school jams, but these kids, they don't even go outside no more. So we was like, all right, we're gonna try to turn the kids up. So we threw the party, and then as we throwing the party, she walks in with like 3 of her friends, and they just look out of place. Like, you know, these are kids. They're like 15, 16. They come in dressed up like they going to the club. Like,
let me get my side. Yes, let me give you the side.
Right. It was a high school party. Like these kids had school in the morning. Like they was about to be on the bus.
Let me tell you how we ended up here though. Like
They came in.
It was spring break. I want to say I think it was spring break or like summertime, but it was my sophomore year of college. So my sophomore roommate, me, her, and a group of her friends, we all went to Miami. Now, mind you, at the time, we're like 19, 20, so we can't get into none of the like real clubs. So we looking on Eventbrite trying to find like a move. We had no idea it was a high school party. Like we did not know it was high schoolers in there. So we got in there and they was like jerking.
Use that fake ID you used to get in that other party we went to. Remember you had to.
I think that was after.
That was after. Oh, okay.
That was after.
To use the fake ID.
Girl, we was wilding.
Yeah.
This
was in 2017. Yeah, 2017.
Yeah, this is wild.
You was a freshman in college. I remember.
A freshman. I wasn't a sophomore. I was a freshman in college.
I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go ahead. I just had to let people know like I was vibing with the high schoolers. Like
right. So what happened? Oh yeah. So we seen them. They clearly wasn't supposed to be here. So we stepped to them. It was like start talking to them. Find out they was from out of town, whatever. And then from there, after that, we went to. I think I took you. Where we went? We went to
Winwood. You took us to Winwood first, and we tried to get in the club, and it was like no.
Right.
So
nah.
Yeah, definitely.
Days are so far.
Pro tip for all the youngins listening: do not come to Miami if you got less than $200 and you ain't 21 yet. Like you just gonna waste your time.
Just walking around looking stupid.
You wasn't 21 when you went to Miami,
but I was able to get into the club.
But I think it's different for guys. Sometimes you gotta pay extra.
Yeah, it's different for guys. It's definitely different for guys. Because with women, y'all are more of a liability. Having underage girls is different from having underage boys, Because I was in a strip club when I was 17, so you know what I'm saying. It's different.
I went to the strip club. Listen to this. I went to the strip club when I was like 14. I think it was called Teasers. It's shut down now because niggas was getting killed. I went to Teasers. And I just was like scarred for life at the shit that I seen in there. Like it was girls that I knew in there that was like not too much older than me. And I'm like, okay, but don't you gotta be grown to like strip in the strip club? Like how you 16 and you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. So that's probably another reason why they got shut down. But
right.
Yeah, sneaking and geeking, that's what I get. That's exactly what the fuck I get, whatever.
Right.
So, you seen them at the party.
At the party.
Went to the club, couldn't get into the club.
Get to the club. So I think we just like walked around Winwood, and it was a couple of my friends with me, but they was just vibing because at this point he was like our like tour drivers, so they just like vibing in the back seats. Then we went to IHOP and we got food, and he had paid for all our food. So I was like,
I don't remember that. I ain't gonna lie.
I would not forget that shit because I was like,
she told me I like shit. I must have been balling that.
You was showing out.
I was showing out.
For the whole team.
I ain't gonna lie, I told her she did make me do a lot of stuff I usually didn't do. So it was really weird. She did have a little she did. Paying for everybody, hell no. I don't remember.
Niggas wasn't going crazy like a little egg, a little egg, like that's exactly how I was. I was like, who is this Miamian man?
Right.
It's funny to see y'all together now because I heard the story when it happened.
Yeah.
When you was in Miami, and I don't know, it's just crazy to see. to see stuff being completely different now.
I will never forget when you called me randomly, like it was a few months ago.
It was like 4 weeks ago. It was yes. Oh my god.
Wait, is that dude you met in Miami? Like, girl, yes. Like,
I wasn't. So I'm not gonna say too much, but Fred is a little older than you, but you were younger at the time. So I just remember when you said it in my head, I'm thinking he like 40. But I know that you know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't know if it was Fred or not, because when you were telling it to us, we was younger, so we were thinking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it really wasn't that drastic. So I was like, wait, Is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure. I had to ask them for clarification just to make sure I had everything correct in my head. My bad.
But yeah, that was pretty much that. Like we had like exchange Instagrams. I don't think we had exchanged phone numbers at that point, but we exchanged Instagrams. We saw each other a couple more times in that vacation. And then the next time we linked was actually when you and me went to spring break.
Yeah, when we went to Miami. Yeah.
Like that was a few years later actually, but like we had kept in through Instagram and stuff like that. And that second time that we came and like met up, I feel like that just like solidified. All right, kind of dope.
Right.
Y'all was together after that. Like,
yeah, basically.
I remember you drove to Miami. I said, "What?"
Yeah.
She called me. She said, "I'm about to drive to Miami." I said, "Huh?"
You know it's real, damn.
Very spur of the moment too.
Like a 16-hour drive to my alone. Y'all had to get married. In my eyes, y'all was already married at that point. 16 hours a long fucking. First of all, by yourself? No, ma'am. I knew y'all was in love then. I'm already knowing. No, it is true love. Okay, so we got how we met. I guess we can move into. So once you met, how did y'all officially become a couple? Like, what did that look like?
So, like, officially.
Wild stories.
I was gonna tell that story. I was gonna tell something.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, tell it.
I was gonna say like officially when he first called me his girlfriend, it was actually funny as fuck because remember you and Brian was out of town and y'all was on the phone, like y'all was on FaceTime, like you was calling me on FaceTime, but you was
when I was
with
in
him.
Texas.
Yeah, y'all was in Texas. So we was FaceTiming and his friend, I think he had asked like, oh, like who is that? Who you talking to? And he was like, "Oh, this is my girl." So I was like, "Okay, cool."
I already knew that though.
It wasn't until it's like plainly stated for me. We just vibing. Like I'm not gonna sit here and like play myself thinking I'm your girlfriend. And you feel me?
Did you guys think that? Did you think that?
You just automatically think like it's a.
Bro, if I'm doing all the actions. I be feeling like let my actions speak. But I feel you. It do be guys that be, doing actions but at the same time. But nah, I feel like my actions was very clear. Like I feel like I was very clear. Like we took pictures. Did we take pictures before that?
I don't know that was after.
Nah.
I'm really sure I was after.
I don't know, bro. We took whole.
Because I would not have dropped you on my gram like that. And I didn't know like
you did it. I said, "Oh, girl." I remember that. I do.
We definitely had confirmed it before then because that was an executed move.
Okay. Well, yeah. I thought she already knew. Shit. I thought.
Yeah.
You gotta ask. You gotta confirm.
Every day for like 8 hours plus. Like what more do you want from me? Full-time job. What do you mean?
That's facts. No, I just didn't want to assume like, we had a really good connection and then the story he was about to tell was when I had drove down there, like a lot transpired. You know what I'm saying?
I thought that was the time. So that's when I felt it.
So what did y'all do to like keep the relationship like together long distance?
Talk all the fucking time.
Talk all the time.
Like all the time.
Literally like 8+ hours a day for real.
Yeah.
Bro.
Like when we first, after I had left the beach with you and we had like was talking a lot, I think the first time we talked on the phone, we was on the phone for like 12 hours. Like, and I was like, how do we still have stuff to talk about? Like,
right.
Why am I not tired of talking to you? Because I'm not like that. Like,
yeah.
Like,
you get old real fast. For real. But nah, it's still like that to this day. Like we could talk. Like I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. I'm still surprised. I still even like her. You feel me? I don't know.
Oh my gosh! And I was about to say, I think 12 hours and 8 hours sounds crazy on the phone, but if you think about it, if you're in person with somebody, you're with them that long. Like when we're together for a day, we're together for like 24 hours. So it's really not that crazy when you think about it. It's just talking on the phone to that person because it feels like they're there with you. So
Right.
That makes sense. Do you think if you all wouldn't have talked that much, it would have worked? Like, do you think it would have worked if y'all just talked like 2 hours a day, or what?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like maybe eventually, but I feel like the big thing that like brought us together was the fact that we had so much to talk about, and we talked about such a wide range of things that we saw like, okay, we have similarities in this area, we got similarities in this area. So when it's like all in one session, it just feels a lot more intense. Like, whoa, like we've been talking for 8 hours and we got 10 things in common versus, you know, over the course of a month we done talked like here and there. Like, it doesn't really feel the same, you know?
Yeah.
So I do feel like that was like a kind of foundational point. It was like speed dating, low key. Like, it kind of reminded me of like, obviously we had seen each other, but you know, in Love Is Blind and like the ultimatum shows like that, like they have the people sit and talk for hours and hours and hours. So like, that's kind of what it like reminded me of. Low key.
So, do you think that now that you're talking about Love Is Blind, the ultimate, it's just making me think. So do you really think that those people are falling in love that quick, considering y'all were talking for such a long time and it kind of happened for y'all?
I think it's possible.
I feel like communication is like a huge part of like keeping things together. You feel me? So like that's damn near number one. Like for real. Like if you can't communicate, then it's all automatically. I feel like a lot of times that's when it all falls apart, when the communication is miscommunication, somebody not understanding one side, you know what I'm saying? It's just constant bumping heads. But if both parties can listen and take accountability in whatever they got going on, you feel me, then, you know, you can move forward. So, So I feel like that plays a big part, huge part. So.
Yeah, but I do think too, like, you know, with like Love Is Blind and stuff, them not seeing each other, like even though we talked a lot, there was still the build up of like, okay, when I first seen you, I knew I was attracted to you, so that was like the bottom line, you know. So it's kind of hard to say exactly,
you're right,
because it was like to be like, if I never seen you,
wasn't fine.
The vibes might have been different. Might have been a little bit of different.
It would have been the bestie or something, you know.
Not the homegirl. Not the homegirl.
We've been putting the friends on every day, you know, so it would have been the
same.
I'm weak.
Oh my gosh. So was it a big transition to like go from being long distance to living with each other?
You can answer that. Like when you came to Martinsville, and go ahead.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it was a pretty big, but I don't know. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. It was definitely changes as far as like the shared space. You know, I'm used to having my own space, so of course that's always a challenge. But I feel like I said, with the communication and both people like actually being clean, like not being messy. Yeah, that plays a big part. So I feel like since both of us wasn't really messy like that, and we could communicate, if one of us had a problem, we'd be like, hey, I got a problem, and be like, okay, we can fix that and keep it moving. So it wasn't that hard for me. But as far as like going up to Virginia, the hardest part was the weather. I was not used to that at all.
Hold on, we gotta break it down for people.
Yes, please so the people understand.
Just so in case y'all haven't like picked up the vibes, he's originally from Florida. At the time that we met, I was living in North Carolina, between North Carolina and Virginia. So he actually moved to Virginia before I moved to Miami. So after us talking for about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months, he moved up to Virginia for like
4 or 5
months. And then there was a space in between where we were long distance again. And then I moved down here.
So that was my as far as the transition up there. So what you talking about?
I don't think it was hard. That's why I wanted him to answer first, so I just be like, it was pretty easy. It wasn't really hard for me because we was talking so much. Like I had got used to doing my daily routine, like what with us being on the phone. So it's like I was already kind of used to like him being there in a sense, you know. And then also I got like hella siblings, so I feel like when you have siblings, like you're used to living with people, like it doesn't really, you know, like yeah. I think he's more of like a personal space person than me, because like I didn't have no personal space.
No, you don't own, nothing is yours. Like your siblings will come in the room and take anything from you. So it's like it's really nothing.
And we like that a little bit too, but he's more like, why do you have on my slides? And I'm like, you know, this is like community slides now. Like that's
okay. Your clothes is my clothes. That's how I am with him. Like I be on FaceTime. He's like, is that my shirt? I'm like, it's our shirt. Yeah, he like to wear my Crocs and be stretching my Crocs up. I don't know. Doing that, but your feet be hanging off the edge of my Crocs. But I mean, whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy. I totally understand it. So
I'm weak.
So, question for y'all: being that y'all both are doing like YouTube and kind of the social media thing, is it difficult to kind of date dating another creative?
Because y'all do the same. Like y'all both are musicians. You both are content creators. You know what does that look like?
You know what's funny? Like we was talking about this the other day about being creators. He was like, "Am I a creator?" I was like, "Don't you got like 3 rap albums?"
Man, the whole dance team.
Oh. But I think it can be difficult, like for a number of reasons. But at the same time, before I talk about the difficulties, it can be inspiring too, because you see somebody like putting so much into their craft. Like you see them like really pour their heart out into their art, and that makes you want to be more vulnerable and get better with your art. So it do motivate me, like when I see him making content, when I see him making music, like okay, I need to, you know. But at the same time, it can be difficult because it's intimidating, number one, to like share your art sometimes when it's not fully ready. You know, with us living together, he kind of hears and sees my art in all the different stages, and I'm a perfectionist, so it's like hard for me to like, you know, move through that. And then I also think it's hard because, you know, you naturally think your person is so talented and so great and so amazing, and so it's like, where's the content? Where's the music? You know, but we both like that to each other.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say and I would say probably like, I mean that's kind of the same thing, but just like the sharing of ideas, because you know as a creator we're very sensitive about our ideas, you know. So and as a creator, you know, giving other creators you give criticism. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And her being a perfectionist, I'm sure she wants my shit to be perfect in her world. You know what I'm saying? But in my world, this is how I want it. But she like, nah, that's stupid. You should do it like this. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. But so I feel like that can get a little triggering sometimes. You know, because artists are sensitive about their shit.
Ain't it what Erica said? I'm an artist.
Yeah.
And that's real. It's very real. Like
for real.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's probably the most difficult. But other than that, like she said, it's inspiring. Like she pushed me to, you know, make better shit and go even harder. But like you said, both of us ain't making shit. We like both were what a content. And we fighting each other about dropping some shit.
I get that. I don't know if we would consider ourselves creative. I think now that we're in the podcast space, I would consider myself a creative.
Definitely creative.
I don't know. What is that?
But prior to that, I would have never considered myself a creator. But seeing him and how passionate, I've never seen someone like so passionate about what it is that they want to do. And like with his financial coaching stuff, seeing somebody stay up until 3-4 o'clock in the morning working on something, putting in time, learning, investing in themselves, investing in what they do, like it makes you want to do the same thing. So I had to like sit back and it's like, well, what am I that passionate enough about that I'm willing to sacrifice and I'm willing to put in time? And when I started thinking about it, I like to talk. I talk shit a lot and I enjoy doing that. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm listening to other podcasts, I'm like, damn, I could do this. Like, I think that I could actually do that. So you were what even inspired me to want to come up with the idea of having a podcast, seeing you so driven about it.
Yeah, man, you got that good voice.
Wait,
Did that sound good?
Mike was like, it was going
I
in
think it
and
was
out.
Lakhia mic started going low.
Yeah. But it's good now. I think it's
You good now?
now.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully it ain't do that over here. We'll find out when we get ready to.
We'll figure out everything.
We'll find it out then.
Post.
With y'all both being creatives, can we expect a joint project or single in the future? Because I would like to hear it. I want to hear it. We need I ain't never had nobody show me how to think that you can show me in this. You know what I'm saying? I need it. And I know y'all could do that. So can the people expect to hear that potentially?
Potentially. We'll see how it go. We'll see how it goes.
If the stars align.
Because us is I feel like both of us work better alone.
Low key.
You feel me? When we work together, it be
it's been times like we tried to set up the studio and stuff, and we both like. I think it's just because it's your art. It's what you both passionate about. You made a face.
He's looking at you.
I'm a little bit of a manager. I can admit that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gotta keep shit together. But
exactly.
It's true.
Do it yourself.
What's your zodiac sign? I know you say one.
Huh?
She says,
what's your zodiac sign?
Libra.
Ooh.
What does that mean?
It all makes sense. For the stars, for people who are not stars and moons people, Libras can be very indecisive and sometimes they procrastinate a lot. Now, I don't know if that is spot on, but okay, well, it's seeming like it's spot on. So you need that Gemini to balance you out to micromanage everything. And I'm a Capricorn, so I'm the micromanage organization.
No. I'm talking about like, okay, let's put this mic together. You know, let's put this mic together. All right, let's do it. No, do it like this. No, do it like that. No, do it like that. Move me out the way. Here, no, let me do it like. That's what I'm talking about. Ain't no procrastinating. She's the one that do the group project. Just do the whole project.
Oh, that's me too. I don't have time to wait for nobody else. So, all right, I feel it.
I'm not about to play with
Or she asked me for my help, and then she just ended up doing it herself.
But you know, low key, I'll try to explain this to him. I know that it can be a tedious thing, and so I try to work on it. But low key, micromanaging is like my love language. Like, I'm an older sibling. I'm for real. I'm an older sibling, so when it comes to taking care of my siblings, like, that was how I had to be in the house. Like, okay, we gotta do this, we gotta do this, we gotta do this. Like, and that's how my mom and my grandma are. So to me, I feel like I just kind of picked up on that, and it's more like, I want to help you do this the best way it can possibly be done. But I can understand how that can come off like
right.
I think it's just acts of service. Like when you're an older sibling, and more specifically an oldest daughter, your siblings are like your kids. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but that's what happens. So you used to taking care of people, so it's like, let me just do this because you're taking too long. It's not that I don't think you can do it, but you're just taking a little bit longer than I would like you to take.
You got it. You get it.
Listen, I get it too. This is what I'm saying. I get it too, but y'all not getting it on this end either. Y'all don't care. You don't get on this. Like, okay. It's like, I want to help you do it the best way possible. It's like, damn, so I can't do it the best way? Like, what about my way? It ain't the best way. My way can't be the best way. That's all I'm saying. That's how it can come off. I get it. I understand. Like, you know, I appreciate it, but at the same time, don't ask me to do something. Then you end up just like, nah, do it like this. Like, what?
Yeah.
Might well do it yourself. That's all I'm saying. But nah, it's
I
cool.
am working on that though.
I get it though. I get it, but that's how it comes off on this side. It's like, your way is not the best way. This is the best way to do it. Let me show you.
Yeah.
You know?
You feel like that?
Okay, not an apology on here.
Accountability, ladies.
Things like I'm working through in therapy, like, because sometimes when you try to do stuff for people you don't want to make it seem like I'm coming from this high place and you were here and that's why I need to do this for you. It's just like, I love you. Let me do, like, I don't want you to stress yourself out about some shit that I can do in 5 minutes and it's taking you 35 minutes to do it. Like, so I get how that can come across. Sometimes I just have to, I'm gonna let you do this. Even though I can do it quicker, I'm gonna just sit back and watch you do it.
When somebody do that to you, it's a whole other story.
Oh yeah, because it's like, do you think I'm stupid?
You think I'm dumb? Exactly. Exactly. Oh, you think I'm dumb?
I never thought about it like that. Oh my gosh. I never thought about it like that. Because
I would say it works because I'm more of the passive type. So
yeah. You like nonchalant.
I'm very nonchalant.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you're that way. But if you weren't like that,
wow, you really just opened a new perspective to me because I never thought about it like that. Because when you be trying to do stuff for me, I'm like, well, I'm not stupid. Like, I know how to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I do this.
Just like,
Sorry. I'm sorry too. My fault. I didn't know.
It's all about, man. We don't mind the help. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind the help. I love that you like that, but at the same time, you gotta understand, like, well, you know how it makes you feel. You feel the same way if I did the same thing. You know, that's all.
Do you think that I'm going off the outline a little bit? Sorry. Do you think that there were any behaviors you had to unlearn from previous relationships being in a new relationship? Like, was there anything you used to do before that when you got with this person and you're like, actually, this is not healthy. Like, this isn't, I can't be doing this.
Yeah.
And is that something you think you realized when you guys were long distance, or once you started living together, did those things kind of come out?
Okay, so to answer the first part, yes, it's definitely some things I've had to unlearn. And I feel like, you know, not even just in this relationship, but in like previous relationships, like every relationship, when I moved to the next one, it was like, okay, that's what I did wrong in this one. You know, no matter how it played out, in some way I contributed to whatever the case may be. And so I say that to say, you know, in past relationships, like I know he thinks I'm a micromanager now, but I have been like super domineering, you know, I have to get my point out and I don't really care how it make you feel. It makes me feel better to just get my point out and not really taking into account like how the words that I say have an impact on, you know, the person that I'm speaking to. So I have had to work on that. I've definitely also have to work on like trust aspects because like he's literally giving me no reason to ever distrust him. But because of past situations, it's still so hard because it's like, like, you really different?
Are you? I get it. And it's one of those things where it's like, logically in your brain, you know that this person would never disrespect you like that because ultimately they're disrespecting themselves at the same time. Like, if you would go and do that to me, like, you are also disrespecting yourself, you're disrespecting our relationship. So you know that they would never do that.
Yeah.
But it's something in you that's like, are you know what I'm saying? Sorry. Are you doing this though? And it is really a behavior that is unhard to learn because it's something I still have to deal with myself. It's like, I can't make you pay for something somebody else did. Like, that's not right. But I don't know. So sometimes you have to decipher between intuition and anxiety.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely haven't fully like evolved past it, but I'm working on it. Like it's a step-by-step process. Like it's grown, it's gotten better over time. And I don't know like when it'll finally be like to the point where it's like, okay, like I 110% like fully trust you. I'm sleeping, you know, like I don't care. I don't know if I'll ever get to that point, but the point that I am at that matters to me is that, like you said, I know logically that he would never do anything to like hurt me, disrespect, etc. So when I get in those triggered, flare moments, like I just have to remind myself, like this isn't a past situation. Like think about everything that he's shown you to prove himself up until this point, and that just kind of helps, like, bring it on down.
Bring it down.
Yeah.
Bring it on down.
But I think that was a combination of like long distance and living together. Like, I don't know if it happened just like one or the other, because we had so many serious conversations over the phone,
Yeah.
So
you had anything you had to?
Like hell no.
Now I would say the only thing, I guess patience.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah, not giving up so fast, or like not saying just like, man, forget this and I'm out. Like, yeah, that's about it. Goddamn shit. Patience.
Okay. We love to see.
Cause like she said, like, cause I'm older. You feel? I'm 32, so I done been through, So, but right before I met her, I was like, I was done. Like, I was finna turn up. Like, I was like, look, I can't have just one girl. I'm gonna be polygamous.
Oh,
I was done
too. Like,
I was done. Like,
not you about to have a harem,
huh?
Not you about to have a harem. Ain't that what they call it? A harem? I think that's what it's called. Don't worry, I will pull a word out. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. So when I met her, I was just fed up, and but nah, I see it was something different. And that time when she came down, we had an experience, and I was shown the light, and now we're here. But yeah. But I say patience. That's something I had to really learn. But she make it easy, so it's cool.
Oh. Do you think it was anything you had to unlearn?
Yeah.
Probably, I would say selfishness.
Like, I was really just focusing on me, focusing on what I wanted to do, focusing on keeping everything to myself.
Yeah.
And in our relationship, like, I had to open up, had to communicate with you, had to share my things.
Yeah.
So it was.
All right.
Yeah. And in some of my previous relationships, I still hadn't done that, so I had to unlearn. So
I got a good version of you, because honey, that other version, I wouldn't have wanted.
Yeah.
That brings us to our next question. I know that both of y'all are on social media, so this is something that we kind of go back and forth about too on the podcast. Like, when you're on social media, what is too much to share? So what are like your boundaries when it comes to sharing y'all's personal relationship? And
I'll let you answer, because I feel like I'm pretty open on social media, and I think relationship I've made a conscious effort to not be as open. Like, I show people, we looking cute, we taking the flicks and stuff, little funny some here and there, but I don't really get too in depth, because in the past I have been like a bit of an overshare relationship wise, and I've seen that go left. So like so I'll let you say as far as what the boundary is for you.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only boundary. Like, just start speaking on the problems we got, or like, putting spiteful tweets, or like, just attention seeking tweets and statuses. That's about it. Other than that, when you start looking for other people's opinion about our problems, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, once we get through it, now the other people whose opinion, they, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. They still feel the same way, right? Yeah. So now her friends got beef with me.
We talked about that. Like, you cannot tell your friends, like, when you was beefing with your partner, because you love your partner, they don't. So
exactly,
it's not your family. Yeah, it's coming back from that
inside.
Yeah,
look crazy that well.
Yeah, and people really be on the net calling their baby daddies crackheads and then take them back. And I'm just confused, because why would you? Now I know that you're sleeping with a crackhead. Like, why would you do that? how this man don't wash, how he don't. But
you don't do all this shit.
Going in. Like, you know.
Specific.
It was. And I picked it up.
That was real specific. No, but I just was thinking, like, you just really do have to be careful with that. I guess what made me even, because when I made this outline, the whole like ASAP Rocky and Rihanna thing was going on, where like she announced her pregnancy, and then people were making up rumors that he was sleeping with the designer who created like her footwear. So I ain't Rihanna, and I damn sure ain't ASAP Rocky. I do not have that level of stardom. But do you think that sometimes, like, when people see you in a relationship, like, they will try to, I don't know, like, send stuff your way?
Absolutely.
Like, I feel like people will really just, like, see you happy. It's like, let me just see how I can, like,
drop a little flame.
Yeah.
Yes. Bitches and niggas be hating. Like, it's not even just like, it go both ways. Like, you know,
misery loves company, man. You know,
it definitely
happy
does.
Hoes ain't hating hoes ain't happy.
That's sad, because like it was never gonna be you. Even if it wasn't this person, it was still never going to be you.
That's what I be trying to say, bro. Like, they just don't be picking that up. Like, I remember when we first like had announced, because like we were talking about earlier, the pictures that we dropped, that was my announcement.
Oh, I remember.
Like,
I remember.
Did an announcement via Facebook by changing his status. And some of the comments, you know, we talked about this.
Yes, we talked about this.
Some of the comments just showed me like, okay, because for me, when he had did that, like, it made me very happy, because it was like, okay, you're proud to claim that you're with me. Like, that was something that's like important to me. So it was at first initially a really like happy celebratory moment, and then there started to be these comments of people that was hating because it wasn't them, and it wasn't them before I got here, and it still ain't them now. So it turned the moment into something different for me, and that's when I realized, like, okay, hold on, my celebratory moment, like, I didn't need Facebook to like make a happy moment for me, you know what I'm saying? Because people can see that and then twist it and do whatever they want with it. Like, right here is what's the celebratory moment. Like, it doesn't have to be expressed like socially.
Yeah.
But now I understood. See, the thing is, but I told her that was going to happen.
He told
her exactly that was going to happen, because I told her before I got with her. Because look, I'm trying to tell you, before I got with her, I was really standing on it. I was like, man, it'll be a cold day in hell till I get another girlfriend, for real. I was really like, because we had a podcast, well, not me, but me and my partner had a podcast going on too. So I was on there like, never again. Never again. I was like, never again. I ain't having no girlfriend no time soon. I'm telling all the girls I'm talking to, like, it ain't going down like that. So then, next thing you know, probably like a month, two later, in a relationship. So
what happened? I thought you couldn't do this. I
just couldn't do it with you. You misunderstood that part. It was with you that I couldn't do it with.
Yeah, right. So that's how that went down.
I'm glad that didn't happen when we posted. We did the same thing that y'all did. Like, we dropped pictures and that was it. Like, this my nigga, whatever. When I dropped it, we both got off. So we got off Instagram for like days. I didn't go back and check nothing because I couldn't handle it.
You gotta be willing to be ready for
whatever come your way. Don't DM me talking about that's crazy. It is.
Yes,
it is.
It's crazy, ain't it?
It is. It's crazy.
I don't know about you, but I lost hella followers.
Oh no, I lost hella followers.
We lost followers.
But it was never gonna be you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, your DM's been unanswered. Like,
So did you either of you see like a drop in followers too when you shared that you were in a relationship?
Every time I post him, I lose followers. Like, every time, like, dead ass, real shit. So that makes me happy, like, because I want to get those people out of there anyway. Like, my following has grew to be like now it's like 40% women, 60% men. But it was a time where my following was like 85% men, and I hated it because I'm like, I can't share the content I really want to share. Like, I want to talk about stuff that women are going through. Like, I want to talk about my own personal experiences, and it's not getting no engagement because they don't care about that. So it makes me happy because I'm like, get them out of there now. Like I said, I'm like 40% women, 60% men. So it's like coming down and balancing because the girlies love black love, you know?
And that's what I'm saying. The girlies that don't be hating really enjoy seeing other black women happy. And that's what, like, that's how my Instagram is. I don't follow a lot of people too because it's like, what am I following you for? But
yeah,
a lot of stuff I post is for the girls. Like, anyway, like I post stuff for, like, if I look good, I'm gonna send it to you first, but I also post it on Instagram because my homegirls gonna send me the hard eyes and like, you look, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's good to get that from other women. I don't
exactly.
I really from another man, but when a woman tells you you look good, it's like,
sis,
like, you know what I'm saying? I look good. Where you get this outfit from? Shein. Where did you get it from? Shein. So I get that. I get that. I just was wondering if that was an experience that y'all had too. It seems monolithic.
Did you lose followers?
Oh yeah.
I think he actually gained followers for me on my. Oh yeah, because we had a TikTok that went viral. Like, he got over 1 million views, and this nigga gained like 1,000 followers. I'm like, send them my way. I'm in a TikTok.
Okay, why y'all just following one person? Follow us both.
Spread the love.
Yes, I did. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So we are coming up to our help center, which is our last segment of the show. And we want to know, what advice do you have for couples who are starting a long distance relationship? And then any advice on how to maintain a long distance relationship?
They stuck.
I say work on the foundation, which is the communication, and try to work all that out before you get in each other's face. Like, you feel me? Like, make sure that communication is top tier before y'all actually get in each other's face, because that'll make it 10 times easier. But if y'all can't even communicate long distance, it's gonna be even worse when y'all together.
So if y'all beefing over the phone, like, just call it quits.
Yeah, for real. So, cause
it's hard to give advice because I feel like our situation is very abnormal. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like we met online or something and we had never met each other. Like, and then, but I've also been in a long distance relationship before this. I was a lot younger. It was nothing like this. So I really feel like it's all about the people. Like, I think if any two people can be in a long distance relationship. If you want to make it work, you're going to make it work. Like, so I think that's really just the main thing. Knowing that if you're in this relationship, it can work if you want it to. But if y'all finding little things to be mad about, to create issues about, like, just go ahead and call it quits. Like, that long distance is low key, like, it's almost like a honeymoon stage, to be honest, because it's just so much like heightened emotions, waiting to be reunited and all of that stuff. Like, it's supposed to be exciting and fun, and like, I just can't wait to talk to you because you're not here. It shouldn't be like, oh, this nigga calling me, like, you know, just did it.
Okay. I feel like some people think, well, if we beefing on the phone, it'll be better in person. Like, we just need to see each other. We're gonna make up in person. Yeah.
Toxic. That's toxic. Just because you can have sex in person doesn't mean all those other issues went away. And I think that was another thing that really, like, you know, helped us get closer, because obviously, like, we're 16 hours apart, so we can't do that every day. So it's like, we know I actually like you for you, not because you know, you putting it down.
Yeah.
That can happen. Like, you can get lost in the sauce.
I
didn't want to get lost.
You get caught up. Easy. Well, we are so glad that you all decided to join us. Thank you for being the first couple on the pod. Please let the people know where they can find you, follow you, and if you have anything coming up, please drop that as well. If you want us to put some links in the description of our episode, we can also do that.
Okay. Go ahead. Go first.
You can find me on all platforms, Slick954, and follow my business, my new business venture, Crew Carts, CREWCARTS. We're located on Miami Beach. Anytime you're in Miami Beach, come get a ride.
And stream Smoothville on Apple Music.
That too. I be forgetting.
You gotta plug you in.
Holding out.
Yeah, talk that shit.
Put Slick down 5-4. I'm in there too. Yeah. Good.
And you guys can follow me at Just Jailyn, JUSTJAILYN on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that good stuff. It's different personalities on each platform, just so y'all know. So just be prepared for that at the time. Y'all can search J Gemini on Apple Music and just be on the lookout for more music, more content, all that.
Yeah.
Because I'm ready. I've been telling you I was ready since Retrograde dropped. And the thing is, I didn't even realize it dropped 2 years ago until I just was on SoundCloud and it dropped 2 years ago. I said, wow.
Yeah,
so,
Did you hear new songs?
The singing ones?
The singing ones. Yeah, I sent her the singing ones.
Yes, I've heard them. And I'm like, I'm waiting for them. But I do understand that that's your baby. Like, that's your craft and you want it to be great before you release it. But I just want you to know that you are an amazing artist, songwriter, like producer, engineer, like you do everything. So whenever the music is dropped, I am ready. I look forward to being in the club one day and screaming your lyrics at the top of my lungs. So I'm a support.
It's up.
Yes, whatever it is you do. So do you want to let the people know where they can find us and where they can see our faces if they want to see their beautiful faces as well?
So you can find us on Apple Podcasts and YouTube at Message24Pod. We do drop episodes every Wednesday, and I'm gonna try to make sure I had this episode up right in there, probably like 12 a.m.
Okay, he's a tech guy. I just show up. So I just show up. So that's
it. We will be answering all your questions, comments, concerns on that. What else?
I think that's it. Oh, we're also on Spotify, iHeart, Google Podcasts. So wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, you can catch us there too. Don't forget to, like you said, subscribe on YouTube. You can subscribe to us on Apple, iHeart, Spotify, Google Pod. Yeah. Wherever. And thank you to our listeners in Denver and Seattle. I don't know who y'all are and why y'all like us so much. Oh, we're doing Denver. Shout out to, we have more supporters in Denver, Seattle, and New York than we do in North Carolina. And that says a lot because we're both from North Carolina.
Yeah, you're going to get the support from
that's really how it go. Everybody supports you before your hometown. Then when they see outside people support you,
now it's up.
I don't think people know that. Like, we can see city breakdowns of who is listening to our stuff. So in the city where we are from, I think that's like one of the lowest numbers for the cities that we're from. So it's terrible to see that people really don't support you until you're like here. Now it's like, oh, I remember. No, you don't remember.
It's okay.
It is. Well, I hope that for those listening, you have a great rest of your week. It's Wednesday. You're almost over the hump. We're on this Happy Hunch Wednesday. I do not understand why you like to do this.
I think it's Thursday, guys.
It's definitely Thursday.
Oh, we drop on Wednesday. See, you telling them, and we drop on Wednesday, so when they hear it, it's going to be.